Hello everyone, we are the team We Are Number One, consisting of members Aaron Shimnevov, Hermesh Kata, and myself, Cade McCormick. For our final project, we are writing a white paper after having researched a technology currently in development that will potentially revolutionize how humans interact with computers. That technology is Neuralink's brain implant. Up to this point, humans have historically used technologies that improve the ways we think, behave, and communicate. Going as far back as 3200 BC, humans of Mesopotamia used a system of graphic marks to communicate with one another to develop what is widely considered the first of our civilizations. Since then, technological tools like the printing press, radio, television, computer, and internet have all improved how we share and receive information. With today's smartphone, we have access to petabytes of information at our fingertips. However, the read and write capabilities of these tools have been limited by our body's abilities to communicate information, be it typing, tapping, and swiping. With Neuralink, there is the possibility for connecting smart devices directly to our brains and relaying information almost instantaneously through neurotransmission. So now you may be wondering, what is Neuralink? Well, Neuralink is a company founded in 2016 by Elon Musk and a team of 8 engineers and scientists. Though the organization's goals are currently to use brain-machine interfacing, also known as BMI, to treat brain-related disorders, long-term the company would like to, in Musk's words, achieve symbiosis with artificial intelligence. For the past few years, the company has been under the radar with their developments. However, recently the company released the paper, an integrated brain-machine interface platform with thousands of channels, as well as a live stream reviewing the organization's progress and intent. The company also has a live website with jobs postings listed, given that they are recruiting for talent in this field. For context, a brain-machine interface is a tool that uses electrodes to record neurons firing in one's brain. By documenting the neurons firing through electromagnetic field measurements, humans can understand how some signals in one's brain are tied to certain thoughts, behaviors, and actions. However, these technologies must be inserted within a few hundredths of a millimeter of the neurons, meaning that the electrode must be connected directly to that part of the brain. What makes Neuralink's BMI special is how hundreds to thousands of threaded electrodes, each about the tenth of the cross-sectional area of a human hair, can be implemented into the brain robotically. These then work with a chip that can communicate wirelessly with devices like smartphones via a means like Bluetooth, and Neuralink expects human patients by the end of 2020. After collecting information from firing the neurons, this technology could also write to the brain, sending neural impulses that mirror impulses our own brains perform. By running signals by the neurons, the brain can learn to interpret information as if transmitted by other areas in the brain related to things like body control, sensory feedback, and cognitive functioning. With this sort of technology, our society would have the ability to understand and treat disorders. Modern technologies like smartphones and tablets would be able to have improved means of accessibility by allowing those with disabilities that impede movement, like cerebral palsy and Parkinson's, to communicate directly with their machines using neural impulses. By seamlessly connecting people's minds to their devices, we can improve how we think and perceive. For example, there is the potential to communicate almost telepathically between users using these tools, allowing us to circumvent language and oral barriers. However, there are a large number of potential issues related to things like hijacking, implantation, temporality, ethics, and the digital divide. One risk with a technology like this is how in our information age, almost any wireless device is at risk of being hacked. Because of the first wave of Neuralink devices N1 would connect over Bluetooth, the possibility that the connection could be intercepted to affect a user and their devices is relatively high. There is also the concern that someone malicious could affect the user and/or chip before a procedure, such that a user is harmed or manipulated later on. Another concern is the possibility of an injury during the implant. Because this device would be installed into one's cranium, there is a chance that the robotic implanting machine may fail by accidentally hemorrhaging the brain. Also, though material science engineers have developed coatings to ensure the device can be used safely in the brain, there is still the risk of infection if the area of implant isn't treated properly. This is also tied to concerns with temporality and how the technology would change over time. Even if Bluetooth pods that connect externally are updated over time, the electrodes and controller in one's head would in theory be there indefinitely. The Neuralink team has also acknowledged longevity as a valid concern, and it's important that if it's expected to fail over time, that it does so benignly instead of harmfully. There is also the matter of technology improving over time, and where select members of our society may be stuck indefinitely with a worse version of the device than others. This leads us to a matter of ethical concerns, such as whether or not it's okay to use the device electively instead of for health-related reasons. Also, will this technology only be available to certain groups depending on who it was tested on? To what extent should Neuralink be responsible for the behaviors of users affected by this technology? And should they be allowed to collect users straight from the data of the brain itself? Not to mention is one of the largest long-term concerns, the digital divide. Just as those with computers and smartphones have an edge societally over those that lack those resources, what will happen when select members of society can afford a technology that gives them a supreme advantage? Those that might benefit from this technology, low-income disabled groups, may not be able to afford the technology without government intervention. This technology would also create a social divide between the ones who adopt it and those that refuse it, resulting in larger discrepancies in communication, education, efficiency, and ableism than what we already see today. To conclude, we chose to discuss Neuralink because of the way their technology could shape our culture and society. Like how current technologies such as the internet and smartphones have changed how we seek information, communicate, and share ideas, Neuralink could potentially universally change how our brains connect with technology. However, as we've learned in this class and with this project, we must learn about how technology has affected us previously to avoid making the same mistakes. By being aware of this technology's risks based on concerns we face now, we can, as Elon Musk puts it, make the future aspirationally better and not pave the road to hell with good intentions. Thank you.